Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Wednesday here on the Pagan Perspective. I'm your host, Eric. This week we are talking about gun rights and gun control as pagans. So this week we are talking about firearms as pagans, and it's our opinions. It comes this week from Vivian Storm, and she writes, "Hello, I'd like to know your opinion as a pagan about the right to own fire weapons in the USA and the actual debate. I am from Spain, where weapons are strictly banned, so from my experience, I just cannot understand the need of owning guns, and I wonder how does it relate to the and it harm none, in case you follow it, or to your view of life as a pagan. Thanks a lot." So, first, thank you for the topic. Second, the first thing I want to address is the need to own guns. As a human being, I do not find it necessary to own guns. I don't think you need to own guns. However, as an American, growing up in the culture of the Second Amendment and freedoms that are inherent to human beings, the right to defend yourself and the right to equip yourself to defend yourself and your home and your family and the things that you hold dear is something that I am all for. I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into the idea of and it harm none, do what you will. Guns do not kill people. People using guns kills people. People using guns inappropriately kills people. People kill people. Guns are a tool. I've read through some of the comments, and I don't want to get super specific, but some of the arguments against people owning guns is there are thousands upon thousands upon thousands of gun deaths, both on purpose and accidental, every year. My argument to that is there are thousands upon thousands upon thousands of auto accident deaths every year as well. As a matter of fact, accidental deaths, cars kill more people than guns do. So I don't see how owning a gun can be any more dangerous than owning a car. I'm just saying. So when it comes to the statistics of it, that's kind of how it plays out. And that's sort of a misnomer. The majority of people who own guns have training in how to use them safely. And I am an advocate that if you are going to own guns, you should definitely be, trained and instructed in a proper care and fear and respect for those firearms. But I feel the same way about vehicles and cars and automobiles, that if you're going to drive, you should be required to understand how extraordinarily dangerous they are. And there should be things that, very much like guns, cars should be far more regulated than they are. Guns should also be more regulated than they are. If, in my opinion, and this of course is my opinion, if you own a gun, the government should have every right to know exactly what kind of gun you have, and how many guns you have, and how often you take refresher courses. I think that should be a requirement. That if you are going to own a gun, once a year, or once every 10 years, or once every 5 years, at some point, there should be a course in you have to learn to shoot your gun, you have to learn to maintain your gun, and you have to go through the steps to prove to the government that you are safe with your firearm. I think you should have to do the same thing with driving. I feel that way. That's how I feel. Let's see. The debate in the United States is whether or not we should be allowed to continue to carry firearms as citizens. And I have to say emphatically, yes, I believe that the citizens of the United States of America have every right to carry firearms. They have every right to carry their firearms with them on a daily basis if they so desire. One of the things, and I know it's a very cliched thing to say, but it's true, when guns become outlaw, only outlaws will have them. When owning a gun becomes a criminal offense, only criminals will possess firearms. Because it's true. If you're going to want to kill somebody and you want to use a gun to do it, and guns are illegal, that doesn't stop you from getting a gun. Makes it more expensive maybe, and that might help a little, but that's not going to stop it from happening. I would much rather be able to defend myself and my family from across the room, especially if somebody else also has a gun. I have guns. There are guns in my house right now. You don't need to see them. I have a couple of shotguns and just one handgun, but I have them, and I will not be getting rid of them unless something pretty drastic changes. But let's see. That's my opinion. When it comes to And It Harm None, one, I'm not a personal subscriber to the And It Harm None, but when it comes to that, most specifically, it is not the owning of guns that harms people. I own guns. I have never harmed anyone physically in my life with a gun. Ever. But it's one of those things where it's like an insurance policy. I have no intention of using guns on anyone, but you can be damn sure that if somebody breaks into my house and I hear them coming, they're not going to make it to me. Let's see. As a general rule, I think that hunting is something that is not for me, which is why I don't go out hunting. I do own the guns for home protection, and that's pretty much it. I go to the shooting range to practice and make sure that I am not, that I am skilled enough to hit what I am intending to hit with my guns. But outside of that, I don't shoot at anything that, has a heartbeat. It's not a necessary thing. I don't think just because you can own guns that you have to own guns, or that you even should own guns if it's something you're not comfortable with. It's one of those things where if my wife decides that she does not want guns in the house anymore, that is something I am willing to give up for her. But unless she expresses a desire for that to not be the case anymore, I'm not going to change my mind. Let's see. I think that pretty much covers it. Yeah, looks like. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to post those in the comments section below. But that's it for me. I hope you guys are having a great week. I will see you next time. Sorry about missing out the last time I was supposed to be on, not last week, the week before. My car broke down. I couldn't get home in time to make a video. So, I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching, everybody. And of course, until next time, Odin be with you.